Hello everyone, this is Group 28. In this video, we will talk about what an auditor should do when there is conflict of interest. Before that, let me introduce 5 fundamental principles. There are the principles that a professional accountant should comply. The first one is integrity. Accountants should be straightforward and honest in all professional and business relationships. The second one is objectivity. Accountants should not allow bias, conflict of interest, or undue influence of others to override professional or business judgments. The third one is professional competence and due care. Accountants should maintain professional knowledge and skill at the level required to ensure that a client or employer receives competent professional services based on current developments in practice, legislation, and techniques, and act diligently and in accordance with applicable technical and professional standards. The fourth one is confidentiality. Accountants should respect the confidentiality of information acquired as a result of professional and business relationships, and therefore not disclose any such information to third parties with the proper and specific authority, unless there is a legal or professional right or duty to disclose, nor use the information for the personal advantage of the professional accountant or third parties. The last one is professional behavior. Accountants should comply with relevant laws and regulations and avoid any conduct that discredits the profession. These principles have given us a direction on what an auditor should do and should not do. So, when there is conflict of interest, how should an auditor react? In this video, we will focus on 2 types of conflicts. The first one will be conflicts between clients and the auditor, while the second one is between the clients themselves.
There are many conflicts of interest between auditor and the audit client in reality. These include auditor's family members is working in the client company, and the auditor is providing a loan to the client, etc. Now we will illustrate what auditor should do by using a case when auditor is holding shares of its client. Amy, a junior auditor working for BSU audit firm, has just bought 10% share in ABC Limited. Being a minority shareholder, Amy still earns a considerable amount of dividend from the share. 1 year later, Amy's supervisor gave her a job which is auditing the ABC Limited.
Hey Amy, our company has already gotten a new client, ABC Limited. It is one of the biggest property companies in Hong Kong. We see your efforts in the past and we really appreciate your good work. This time, we would like to assign this client to you.
Thank you for your compliment, but...
Don't think too much, Amy. This is a valuable opportunity to manifest yourself. If you do the job well, it will be beneficial to your promotion.
Can you give me some time to decide? I have some personal considerations.
Okay, please tell me if you would like to take over this job by tomorrow.
After backing to home, Amy is sitting near the window and staring at the sky. She is struggling if she should take over this job because she is holding 10% of the share of the client's company.
This is a valuable opportunity for me to know more about the company that I have invested. I have earned a lot of money from the skyrocketing share price and dividends last year from ABC Limited. If someone else audits ABC Limited this year and discovers some problems, he may issue a qualified opinion, leading to an adverse effect on share price and hence my profit. On the other hand, if I take over the job myself, I can have a better negotiation with ABC Limited and modify my audit report accordingly. More importantly, this is a rare opportunity for a junior auditor. If I can handle the job well, I will have a better career prospect. Should I concede my company that I am a minority shareholder of ABC Limited?
Amy left her seat and had a cup of coffee. Suddenly, she thought of her audit lessons.
Oops! Professor David had taught me that an auditor should be independent from his clients. What happens if somebody discovers I hold 10% of share of my client? Will I be disqualified from the professional organization HKICPA or even be arrested? This is a very huge trade-off. But if I am lucky enough, I will not be reported. This is so difficult to choose. What should I do? I have to reply my supervisor by tomorrow.
Before Amy makes her decision, she should look into the fundamental ethical principle and regulation.
In this case, Amy may violate the fundamental principle of objectivity, integrity, as well as professional behavior if she decided to accept the clients. For objectivity, Amy, who is the shareholder of ABC Limited, could get better return from the investment if she gives a positive opinion to ABC's financial statement. Bias might be included during the audit process because of the possible financial benefits. However, being an auditor, Amy shall not allow any personal interest to override her professional or business judgments. For integrity, Amy could get a higher chance to be promoted if she completes this task assigned by her supervisor. To avoid losing the job, Amy might hide the fact that she is the shareholder of ABC Limited. In fact, Amy shall be straightforward and honest in all business relationships which contains conflict.
We are now very clear that what auditors should do when having a conflict of interest with client. Let's move on to conflict of interest between audit clients. In this case, we will focus on what auditors should do when two clients are in a legal dispute regarding the same matter. Susan is a senior auditor with 4 years of experience. Company C and Company D has been in a partnership for 5 years. Now she wants to leave the business. However, dispute arises from disagreement in the process of dissolution. They are currently in the lawsuit regarding the matter.
D doesn't follow our partnership agreement to divide the assets, and they are not willing to pay their portion of liabilities. I must sue D for breaching of contract. Let me find Susan, the auditor, to help me audit my accounts. I wonder what will D do to respond.
What? C sue me for breach of contract? This is ridiculous. I must hire a good lawyer and also find Susan to help me do the audit. Unfortunately, I can't view C's account, or else I must have a higher chance to win the lawsuit.
Both C and D asked me to do the audit. Should I accept these engagements? C and D are in a lawsuit. All data and information need to keep confidential and mustn't be leaked to each other. But I don't want to lose any clients. What should I do now?
Susan has been struggling over this issue for the whole day. At night, she sat in front of the desk and decided to list out all the benefits and costs she would encounter before making her decision.
If I accept to be the auditor of both companies, our audit firm will be able to obtain 2 new clients and earn huge profits from them. The more our firm earns, the higher the bonus I may receive at the year end. Moreover, since I will be able to access information of both companies, like the provision of the lawsuit, I may therefore able to generate a more detailed and accurate audit report to the clients. Company C or D may also offer me some financial benefits if I disclose the information of the opposing firm, since this can increase the chances of either firm to win the lawsuit. However, what if both clients ask me to support them in a court regarding the lawsuit between them? It is impossible for me to support both clients at the same time. Besides, if Company D asks me to tell them the information of C but if I don't reject, I may violate the confidentiality principle and be penalized by the HKICPA. This is definitely something I don't want to experience. I may also violate some other code of ethics after being the auditor of Company C and D without noticing. There are too many uncertainties. Despite the financial benefits I may obtain by becoming the auditor of both companies, the downside of this action seems very risky. Perhaps it would be a better idea for me to not be the auditor of both companies.
To justify Susan's decision, we should look into the fundamental ethical principles.
There are three major fundamental principles Susan may be violated if she accepted to be the auditor of both companies C and D. First of all, we should look into objectivity. Since Susan may know all the information of both companies, she may easily get biased over one side if she knows which company really breached the contract. Moreover, as Susan may obtain some financial benefits offered by both or either company by disclosing the information of company C to D or vice versa, this conflict of interest may then override her professional judgment. Secondly, we will look into confidentiality. By being the auditor of both companies, there will be a high chance for Susan to leak company C and D information among themselves, since Susan is providing auditing services at the same time. Auditors should respect the confidentiality of all the information acquired as a result of professional and business relationship. Thus, Susan should avoid to be the auditor of two or more companies that have conflict of interest over the same matter. The last fundamental ethical principle would be on professional behavior. Susan should avoid any conduct that discredits the profession as an auditor. If she is uncertain on whether it is right or wrong to be the auditor of company C and D who is having lawsuit between them, she should avoid it. Otherwise, when problems occur, she may discredit the professional image and may be expelled by the Hong Kong ICPA. To cope with this, Susan should first consult this issue with senior managers or partners to see whether it is feasible to provide auditing services to both clients. She may also seek advice from other professional bodies and third parties. Auditors have to assess and evaluate all the risks they may encounter over this issue. By doing this, they should make sure that they will not be violating the fundamental ethical principles. Safeguards should be applied to eliminate. If the safeguard fails, auditors should only choose to be the auditor of either firm instead of both firms. Alternatively, separate engagement teams under the same audit firm may be used with clear policies and procedures on maintaining confidentiality. In worst case, it would be a better option for auditors to reject both companies in order to protect themselves and to ensure a fair lawsuit to be conducted between clients.
After listening to the two cases, we believe all of you have a better understanding on auditor response to different conflicts of interest. Generally speaking, auditors should first identify the threat and assess all the relevant risks involved in the issue. They should then consult a professional body for advice. If the ethical conflict remains unresolved, the auditor should decline to perform or shall discontinue providing the professional service. We hope all of you enjoy our video. Thank you.